Welcome back to So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into the catalog. And on this episode, we will be listening through the discography of the alternative R&B artist Blood Orange. Manned by Dev Hynes, who is an English songwriter, producer, and musician, he has been putting out music under the name Blood Orange since 2011. His music ranges from alternative R&B, synth funk, and indie pop, among many other subgenres. Blood Orange's music is not as hodgepodge as I make it sound, instead sounding distinctly in its own little musical realm. Regardless of how you describe it, Blood Orange makes some great tunes, and I will help you get into this discography by suggesting 2 albums and 3 individual tracks that I think you should be listening to if you want to ease into Blood Orange. And as always, we start with the albums. The first Blood Orange record to check out is Cupid Deluxe, which was released in 2013. Simply put, Cupid Deluxe is overflowing with gorgeous pop arrangements, bursting at the seams with eclectic sounds and lush production. First up, we have You're Not Good Enough. This is easily the most funk-based track on this record, screaming at you to get up and groove. The vocals are feathery and the lyrics are catchy, making this a quintessential pop tune. Next, It Is What It Is provides a mellow aura, with these magical xylophones and slow-moving kick drums. Hynes' vocals are mysterious, hiding behind the floating instrumental like a smokescreen. Finally, On the Line is one of the most rhythmic tracks to come off of Cupid Deluxe, as both the bass line and percussions battle it out to see who can stand out the most. On the Line is a testament to Hynes' incredible mixing, producing, and arranging, as it boasts some of his most diverse and innovative music to come out at the time. Cupid Deluxe is a wonderful trip of an album, one that will have you hearing new bits and pieces each time you come back, which I can all but guarantee you'll be doing. Next up, you should be checking out Blood Orange's 2018 release, Negro Swan. Easily Hynes' most complete and cohesive piece yet, this album is nothing short of brilliant, as each song is better than the next. Kicking off this record is Orlando. Featuring this elaborate bass synth arrangement and this liquid-like funk texture, Hynes' falsetto vocals are able to soar across this tricky instrumental. After Orlando, you should pay attention to the impeccably catchy Charcoal Baby. Personally, this is my favorite Blood Orange track, as it features this perfect blend of funk, R&B, pop, and soul. The instrumental is utterly absurd, with this grooving guitar pattern that deserves an award in and of itself, and Hynes' lyrics and vocals are without a doubt standouts. Lastly, you need to listen to Chewing Gum featuring A$AP Rocky and Project Pat. Once again, the production on this song is stunning, relying heavily on the snapping kick drum and Hynes' vocals. Despite being one of the more barren tracks in terms of the instrumental, the beat still finds a way to create an atmosphere that is unmatched. When it's all said and done, Negro Swan is not only one of the best alternative R&B albums of the 2010s, it is also a fantastic look into Blood Orange's discography. And now, let's dive into the tracks. The first Blood Orange track to hear is Benzo from his latest release, Angel's Pulse. The bubbling bass synth and drums are produced to perfection, colliding into each other like fireworks bursting underwater, which I understand is redundant and impossible, but it makes sense in my head. The keys and horns are beautifully added to the fringes, complementing the falsetto vocals both in the foreground and background. The lyrics of wanting to go out and be free in this world are also weirdly relevant to the modern day circumstances. Benzo is most certainly a must-listen in Blood Orange's discography. Next, be sure to check out Augustine from the 2016 record Freetown Sound. Driven by a fast-paced drum loop, the rest of the song finds a way to drag slowly. I don't mean this as a bad thing though. Hynes' vocals are faded, elegantly moving with the backing synths and piano strokes, and overall the mixing and production feels much more DIY in comparison to many of his other tracks, although it still feels clean and polished. Augustine is a great change-up in style for Blood Orange. Finally, you need to listen to Champagne Ghost from Blood Orange's debut, Coastal Grooves. Simply put, this track is as stylish as it is minimalistic. Hynes does more with less, relying on a drum loop with the occasional insertion of synths, piano, or guitar. The repetitive lyrics are catchy and inviting. Not to mention, this weird little solo in the middle of the track oozes with influences from artists like Prince. While it's not the prolific or iconic Blood Orange track, Champagne Coast will be a pleasant listen for new listeners. And that does it. That is the video on Blood Orange. Be sure to check out Blood Orange's work, especially the tracks and albums that I suggested, which are all located in the description box below. And if you do end up listening to them and have anything you want to say, you can leave that in the comment section below. Maybe I missed an album or track that you liked and you want to yell at me, you can do so for free on the internet right down below. Also, suggest any artists or bands that you would like to see covered on this show. I'm always open to new suggestions, despite the fact that I'm usually ahead of the game in terms of what is coming out soon, so don't be disappointed if you don't see it in the near future. I promise that I consider all the artists that you suggest. Be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this every single Wednesday and the occasional video on Monday. Also, check out the other show that I do, Forever Spinning, which is basically a video history essay on a classic album. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first video of 2021 to come out, so make sure to share it to any of your friends that you think would like it. Let's take this year and make sure that this channel grows and has much better content than before. Just trust me, some of the content that I've made on this channel so far is a dumpster fire. Anyway, that is all that I have to say besides wear a mask outside, go listen to Blood Orange, and support your local artists and record stores. And I cannot forget to tell you, happy listening.